He coerced a victim into eating their own feces. Hello true crime fans, warning, this case may be triggering. Today we'll be talking about the absolute scum that is Matthew Falder. Matthew Alexander Falder, a former academic and geophysicist from the University of Cambridge and the University of Birmingham, was convicted in 2018 for a sprawling campaign of online sexual exploitation and blackmail. His case is widely regarded as a watershed moment in digital policing due to the complexity and sheer sadism of his methods. Falder ultimately pleaded guilty to 137 offences spanning an 8-year period, demonstrating a deliberate and sophisticated abuse of technology to coerce, control and inflict profound psychological damage upon victims globally. Falder's crimes were characterised by his technological savvy and meticulous deception, operating behind approximately 70 online identities, including the monikers 666 Devil, Evil Mind and Liz, a purported depressed female artist. He utilised encrypted dark web forums and mainstream platforms like Gumtree to identify and approach vulnerable individuals. His victims range from young children and teenagers to adults in their 30s. His methodology followed a calculated pattern of escalating abuse. Initially, he lured individuals into providing nude or partially clothed images under the guise of art or through fabricated personal connections. Once he obtained compromising material, often supplemented by voyeuristic footage captured by secretly installed cameras in private settings, he would employ relentless blackmail. He threatened to distribute these images and personal information to the victims' families, friends and schools, which became his primary mechanism of control. This control was used to compel victims to perform increasingly depraved acts, a practice prosecutors termed hurtcore, which was defined in the court as targeting the victims to their very core. The judge presiding over the case described the pattern as a tale of ever-increasing depravity. Falder compelled his victims to perform acts designed purely for humiliation and suffering, which they were forced to record. Specific offences detailed in court included coercing a victim into eating their own faeces and drinking urine, or forcing another young girl to lick a toilet seat, a used sanitary towel, and consume dog food. Crucially, the extreme nature of his control extended to encouraging third-party abuse, including charges related to encouraging the brutalisation of a young child. Falder distributed the horrifying images and videos he collected within exclusive hidden dark web communities, thereby perpetrating the harm and revelling in the control and anguish he inflicted. The psychological impact of his actions was devastating, resulting in at least 3 victims attempting to unalive themselves. Falder's ability to operate secretly for years required an unprecedented international investigation led by the National Crime Agency and supported by agencies like the FBI, Australian Federal Police and GCHQ. He was eventually convicted and initially sentenced to 32 years in prison. The sentence was then unbelievably later reduced by the Court of Appeal to 25 years, with an extended 8-year licence. The legal outcome affirmed his classification as one of Britain's most prolific and dangerous online predators, whose calculated technological warfare left a trail of irreversible psychological harm.